My dear friends, we're holding page 102. No. We're holding page 102. But in order to understand what's going on here, I think it's important to discuss, because this will make us feel a little connected. What are we talking about and what are we ending off here? Because this finishes this section. We're speaking about, it says in Shir Hashirim, after it speaks about the Yonasi, בחגוי הסלע, that the dove is stuck in the cliffs of the stone, it says another thing. It says, L'chi lach Rayati, what is the next? L'chi, let me read the pasuk. L'chi, Vonati. So the idea is that we're telling this bird that's stuck in the cliffs of the stone, L'chi lach, go to yourself. Rayasi yafasi. What is he talking about? So I'll tell you an interesting thing. What's the difference between tefillah, that we do every day, and Torah? What's the difference between tefillah and Torah? You daven every day and you learn every day. What is the difference? What do we accomplish when we daven? And what do we accomplish when we learn Torah? What's the difference? Is it a difference? What is the mode of tefillah? And what is the mode of Torah? What are we doing? So he says, Tefillah is sulam mutzav arza v'roshei magia shamayim. The whole idea of Tefillah is to go up. If you look at the Tefillah, has 4 steps. Till Baruch Shamar is 1 step. From Baruch Shamar to Yishtabach is another step. From Yotze Or till after Shema is another step, and Shemona Esrei is the highest. That's like you get like. So the idea of tefillah is to lift yourself up. You slept at night, and now you want to bring yourself up to your source. We call lechi lecha. It's like Hashem told Abraham the first 2 words. He said, lech lecha. What do you mean lech lecha? Go into yourself. I need you to dig into your true self and get to the source of who you really are. Get into yourself. Go up deeper and deeper. Get to your depth of your neshama. So the whole idea of tefillah is going up. Torah is just the opposite. Torah is bringing Hashem down here. Why? Torah is not our Torah. We didn't make it up. It's all Hashem's wisdom. It's chachmasai uritzai neshal HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We're just learning God's wisdom. So what we're doing is, what are we doing when we learn Torah? We're developing and we're bringing down God's wisdom to the world. So tefillah is us going up to Hashem, getting closer, closer, closer. But then there's the next step. It's not enough to go up to Hashem. The next step is to come and bring Hashem down here. How is that? Torah. Because what is Torah? Torah, you're learning the wisdom of Hashem and you're bringing Him down here. But there's one more thing. Mitzvot. What are mitzvot? Bringing Hashem down to this world. When you put on tefillin, what's the purpose of tefillin? Tefillin is to bring the infinite chachma of Hashem in a physical form, which is called tefillin. What's the mitzvah of tzedakah? To bring the infinite kindness, because tzedakah is kindness, of Hashem into this world. What's the idea of lighting a candle? To bring the infinite light of Hashem, the or, into this world. Every mitzvah is like another channel to bring the 613 channels, how to bring Hashem down here. So Torah is the wisdom of Hashem that we bring down to the world, and mitzvahs are the channels of Hashem that we bring down. But before you learn Torah, do mitzvahs, you need tefillah. First you have to go up, reach the highest level of Hashem, then you can bring it down. So that's why it says L'chi L'cha, L'chi Lach, L'chi, what is it, L'chi Lach? You have a Shir Hashirim word, or?
Yeah, of course.
That says L'chi L'cha or L'chi Lach?
I don't think it's Lach.
Lach Rayati Yafati?
Rayati.
שואלים את זה כל שבת שוכחים.
No, what does it say? L'chi Lach Rayasi? Okay, he'll bring. I thought it says there's two. Okay, L'chi Lach maybe L'chi Lach Rayasi. L'chi means.
Here, it says here in page 101.
Oh, what does it say? L'chi.
130. Lech lecha, no? No, it's something different.
L'chi Lecha? Lech Lecha, you're saying.
Yeah, it's something different.
Ulchilach.
Or L'chi Lach? And what's after L'chi Lach?
Huh?
What's after?
ונתי בחגוי הסלע.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're listening?
Yeah.
Kumi lach rayati. Kumi lach means get up, my chiraya is like the beloved. Yafasi, you're my beautiful. Ulechi lach, and go to yourself. Yonasi b'chagvei asela. The bird is in the stone. Hareini esmarayich. I want to see Hashmein eskalach. Okay. So now one more thing, you understand? So the chilach. Now, there's another interesting thing I just want to share with you. When in Torah, there is called keter. Keter in Torah is called the crown. Now, crown, how much is the numerical value of crown? Is 620, because keter is kaf, taf reish. So taf is 400. Reish is 200 and 20.
It includes the biblical?
6, 13, and 7. But here's the interesting thing. In Hebrew, if you want to say the number 20, how do you say esrim? Take the word esrim.
Ayin, Shin.
Ayin, Shin, Reish, Yud, Mem. What does it add up?
Ayin is 40.
No, Ayin is 70.
70.
Shin is 300. Reish is 200. Yud is 10. And Mem is 40. 620. So Esrim, the number 20, Esrim is 620 like Keter. Why is Keter have to do with 20? Esrim is 620, which is Keter. Why does 20 got to do with anything? So, interesting thing I want to share with you. Normally, we always speak about 10 sfirot. You remember we speak about 10 chachma, bina das is the 3 intellectual, and then you have the 7 emotional, which is chesed, gevura, teferet, netzach, hod, yisod, malchut. Okay? So that's always 10. However, keter has another function. Keter is like exactly, keter is a memutza. Memutza. Memutza means intermediate, like a in between God and the beginning of the world. So when you go Atzilut, Bria, Yitziras, the 4 worlds, above Atzilut is a Keter.
The bridge?
Exactly, it's like a crown. In the crown, there's 2 levels. There is part of the crown that belongs to the 4 worlds, and there's part of the crown that's part of the Ein Sof. Why? Because in order to bring the Ein Sof, the infinite, into a world, you need to have an in-between where over there it starts to adjust itself to become used to being into a world. Because if you take something infinite and you want to put it into a finite, you can't go straight from infinite to finite. So you have a keter, which is the crown that has a little infinite in it, has a little finite, and by going through the keter, now it could go and become Atzilut, Bria, Yetzira, Asir, the 4 worlds.
Have a significance?
So what's 20? 10 is the higher level of keter, which is the 10 sfirot, how it's Ein Sof, which is a part of Hashem. The other 10 is already how the sfirot are already limited becoming part of the world. So Keter has to have both. It has to have the 10 spheros of the infinite Hashem, and it has to have the beginning of the 10 sefirot of the limited world. That's called the Keter, the in-between. That's called Chaf. So when you write the word Lechi, let me just read it again. Lechi, Lach. Oh, here it is. It's Perek Beis. Which Perek is it?
One more. Yeah, one more thing there.
Okay. Ulechi has a chaf, lechi. Lach also has a chaf. So what it's telling you is that the first thing is you have to go up to Keter. Keter is the highest level. And then you bring it down to this world. So the idea of tefillah is to go all the way up, and then Torah and mitzvot, you're bringing it down. That's the idea. Lechi, lach. What's lach? Chaf. Chaf is the keter, which goes to the highest level that a human can reach. Now that's interesting, the difference between Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim ve'et haaretz. You remember we spoke about Shabbos. Which did Hashem create first? The heaven or the earth? Like what did Hashem create first? Shamayim or Aretz?
אחר כך כתוב, ביום ברות אלוהים, ארץ ושמיים.
Eretz first and then right. So which one came first?
הכל נברא באותה שנייה. רק אין לו תכנון.
But is there a system? Is there like a, I agree with you that it didn't take Hashem any time, because Hashem created time.
Yeah.
So part of creation, it's like someone asked me, how long did it take Hashem to create the world? There was no long. There was no time. So it didn't take time. He made time.
Yeah.
So he created 6 days. Not he created in 6 days. Hashem had to create 6 days because there was no day. So how could I tell you it took 6 days? It didn't take 6 days. It took from above time, now he made 6 days. It didn't take time. But the question is, what comes first in this reality of our world? Should we focus on Aretz or Shamayim? The first pasuk it says, Bereshis bara Elokim es hashamayim ve'et haaretz. But then later it says, Elo todot Eretz v'shamayim. First Eretz.
Let there be light, and then when did God create light? It's not on the. He said that on the first day, but he didn't create it on the first day.
Which one? The sun?
Yeah, God said, let there be light. Right when he said, create the world.
Well, there was light, but that light we don't have anymore. We have the sun light. We don't have that light that was created on the first day.
different light.
Because
It's called, that light that Hashem created the first day was too powerful.
You couldn't handle it.
It would transpire everything that you wouldn't see any blockages. So you'll be able to read Elon's mind right now.
Why would he create it then?
Created because in the Torah it's there, and if you learn Torah, you could find that light. It's there. It's just he hid it, and you have to study Torah. It's like the Baal Shem Tov. Anytime he had to find something, he opened up the Chumash and the Zohar, and he was able to tell you where anything is. So your husband is now in the city of Paris, and he's now by the tailor, and he's sitting now, and he's giving. How does he see? Because in this light, you could see from one end of the world to the other end. So if the world would be in such a level, it would be no choice. Everyone would do the right thing. So that light, it's called Or Shivat Yemei Bereshit. We say it in Kiddush Levana. So when Hashem said, Vayomer Elokim Yehi Or, Vayihi Or.
Right.
But that Or is hidden in the Torah. Torah or. But on Wednesday Hashem brought Shemesh, so we have light, physical light, so we could see. But then there's a transparent light that's within everything. It's not that it has to shine from somewhere else. In the thing itself, there's a full of light. The energy of Hashem, that's Ein Sof. A tzaddik that learns the whole Torah and he lives the whole Torah, he sees that. So once someone came to the Rebbe and he wore his hat like this to cover his forehead so the Rebbe shouldn't read his mind. So the Rebbe said to him, let me ask you a question. If you really believe that I can read your mind, do you think the hat is going to block it? And if I can't read your mind, then the hat, then you don't have to block it to begin with. Like, it doesn't make sense. The blocking doesn't do anything. If I could read your mind, there's nothing blocking it. And if I can't read your mind, you can't block, there's nothing to block. So what are you blocking?
Right.
The funny thing is, the Rebbe's secretaries always used to say, when they used to drive the Rebbe to his house or to the Ohel, so every time the secretary was thinking something in his mind, that was what the Rebbe was starting to talk to him about. So he was thinking about...
now with Google. Every time you think about something, immediately you have like...
Oh, Google tells you? Oh, yeah. So maybe Google found the Or HaGanuz. And they charge you for it. Huh?
This is the last Rebbe?
The Lubavitcher Rebbe. There's only one Rebbe that we're talking about now. In our generation.
Talk about Alter Rebbe.
No, I'm saying the Rebbe
They
here.
said that you're talking about someone.
Yeah, no, I would say the Alter Rebbe.
Right, okay.
So his secretary, his name was Rabbi Klein. So he used to take the Rebbe, and every time he thought about someone, or the Rebbe talked, so he was afraid to think. Because every time he thought, the Rebbe's talking about that thing. You know what I'm trying to say? When you have the Or HaGanuz, when you have this light shining that's within, there's nothing blocking. It's like you sense everything. You know, it's not like, when was it? It was in 1977. The Rebbe had a whole night private audiences with people. And then it was 6 o'clock in the morning. He says, okay, let's do Slichot. Because it was the week before Slichot. So there was not too many people. Because it was like early when the Rebbe... So they had exactly 10 people in the room. And the Rebbe says, can you please get a 10th? They count, there's 10 people. Can you please get a 10th? Like 3 times. So they said, okay. They ran outside, they found another guy, 10. So they had 11. One of them, they found out was not Jewish.
Wow.
So the Rebbe didn't even see him.
Wow.
The Rebbe didn't see him. On Simchas Torah, one year, there was one guy that was dancing so much in 770, like such energy. And the Rebbe's secretary went to Rabbi Lou. Rabbi Lou is the shliach of the Rebbe in England now. And he said... So the Rebbe's secretary asked Rabbi Lou, can you do me a favor? This guy that's really dancing, could you find out who he is? You don't have to do it now, but like when you see him. Anyways, right after Simchas Torah, Rabbi Lou meets with him. He says, I would like to know, who are you? He says, what do you mean? I live in Alabama. Oh, Alabama? I never knew there was Jews in Alabama. He says, I'm not Jewish. I just want to convert. And I wanted to experience what it means to push with 5,000 people in one room. I wanted to have the joy, and I loved it so much. So he said, okay. Anyways, he told Rabbi Chalikov, this guy is not Jewish. So make sure that he doesn't touch the wine, because that was the first thing he said to him. But then he said, okay, send him to the Beis Din in whatever, in the Manhattan, and they let them work with the conversion, because Chabad doesn't do conversion. Okay. So he asked the secretary, why did you ask me to find out who this guy is? He says, if I ask you, it means the Rebbe wanted to know. So it means the Rebbe sensed that this is not a Jew here.
Wow.
So the Rebbe didn't see the neshama here. So he said, find out who this guy is.
So the Rebbe knew already, really.
But he didn't want to say on the guy, first of all, a guy not Jew could dance on Simchas Torah. It doesn't say a non-Jew is not allowed to dance on Simchas Torah. But the Rebbe just wanted him to see and guide the guy to go to the right place.
Wow.
So you understand what a tzaddik is or no? We're not on that level, but at least we know what it is. So now let's read inside page 102. You got it?
Yeah.
So the number 20 has significance.
2 times 10. The
The
10th
reason I'm
sfira.
saying that is because the last number of hostages is 20.
Oh, yeah, we spoke about it on Simchas Torah. You were there?
That's why I wasn't here.
Oh, you missed the whole thing.
Well, I have my insight.
Yeah,
At the end of
Mr. David.
My dear
You
friends.
got it.
Liyois, you have it, Ois Dalet. Liyois hamshachas oirin sof b'chachmi la al dei Torah. We said the whole reason you learn Torah is to bring the Ein Sof down into this world through Torah. Ulaham shechai dei ma'isa mitzvahs b'chinas levushanal. And to bring down through mitzvahs the garment of Hashem, tzarich lahakdim kumilach. In order to bring down the Or Ein Sof through Torah and mitzvahs, you have to first rise la'atzmach. You have to go up to yourself. Lahainu. What does it mean? La'atzmach lebchinas hanashama shalamayla. You have to lift yourself to the source of where you come from. How do you do that? Krishma tefillah. That's through davening. That's what I said. Davening is a ladder that goes from bottom all the way to your source. V'hinei haksiv is l'chi b'chaf yud. Why? Now, where's your source? Where do you reach? I told you it's keter. Keter is called machshava hakaduma da'ak. The first thought of Hashem to create the world. That's the source where your neshama and every Jew is. That's keter, which is memutza, means in between, being atzmas ein sof, between the infinite Hashem, lenetzalam. Netzalam means to the creation. Which is keter. I'm just telling you what machshava akduma is. The keter is pchinas makif v'seiv kol shal yachad. That encompasses everything. Shaldei machshava zu. Through this machshava, that's how Hashem created everything. Nimsha machshava zu hi pchinas ur klali. This thought of Hashem is this infinite light, which has all the creation in it in a potential. That is the keter. But atzmas or Ein Sof, but Hashem Himself lo shayach kol zeh. By Hashem, you can't say the word even thought, even the thought of akduma, the ak. You can't say about Hashem any concept of thought, even the highest level of thought, which is Ein Sof. You can't say about Hashem she'ein shayach chas v'shalom loymar. You can't say by God shehu makar, that He's the source, uklal shekol chalas ha'emes. Why? Shehu meruman. He's above it. V'nizgav. V'nizgav means like nizgav shmo levade, like He's totally distinct. Migedar olmin l'gamrei. God is not even in the category to be in the category to put in the category of being connected to the world. V'yachol yisribi riva shalbei v'hanacheret. V'ribi rivi svishleim v'sasuris. V'gam ein l'shayach lema v'ayin sev shu makev v'sev kalaman. So in other words, like this, Hashem Himself, which we call Atzmus, from Hashem Himself you can't create a world. Because He's above world. He's above being connected to the world. So what did Hashem do? He made a keter. What's a keter? It's in between. It's called machshava hakduma, which the top part of keter is like a piece of Hashem, and the lower part of keter is the beginning of creation, the beginning of netzalim. That's the in between. Our neshama, where's the root of our neshama? In keter. That's where we are. That's our neshama. But why? Because it says machshava. Our neshama is in God's thought. Where's God's thought? Keter. That's where everything starts. That's where Hashem had that, created the thought of making the world. The fact that God has the ratzon, to have a ratzon for the world, a ratzon means the will and thought to make the world, now it's a creation. That's called keter. Because God Himself is above it. The atzmut, Ein Sof, is above even being a keter for the world. Yeah. So God had to create a concept called keter, which is the ratzon, the machshava, to make a world. In this has two parts, has the end of the Ein Sof of God and the beginning of Netzalim. Our neshama is in keter. Because it says, Yisrael alu b'machshava. Our neshama is in God's keter, in the crown. That's where our neshama originates from. So when I tell you, go up to your source, go up to you, l'chi lach, means I want you to go to your root, which is in keter. That's where your neshama is. Davening and Shema. Now, do we have that experience when we daven? Do we feel we're going up, till we get to machshava akduma da'ak? That's how we should be. That's Shmona Esrei. Like the Baal Shem Tov used to say, that the biggest miracle for me is that after davening, I'm still alive. Because he went up, and he came back down after. You go up. Then sometimes you forget that you have to come back. He says, the biggest miracle, I'm still alive. He used to touch himself. Is he still alive? But that's what l'chi l'cha means. Why? Well, l'chein, kedei sheyisavu prata el ma'atzah sof. In order to make the world from atzmus, ein sof, which has nothing to do with the world, hu al yidei b'chinas machshava akduma, sheb'chinas esavas er klali, hakol kol seder shal shos yachaz, vayu klal shel hapratim, haynu k'machshava akduma, haynu b'chinas ak, which is b'chinas kester, what's the crown, the abya. You know what abya means? Atzilut, biriya, yitzira, asiya. It's just in Kabbalah, instead of saying atzilut, biriya, yitzira, they just write abya. Abya, Atzilut, Bria, Yitzira. So the crown of the Abya, you see it?
Yeah.
Abya.
Rabbi
Yeah. So the idea is that that's the keter. That's why machshava akduma, which is keter, is called the mamutza, because it's in between hu mamutza behamatzel neratzalim. Now in the mamutza, which is the keter, yesh b'mebchinas hayoysa tachtena shebematzel. The keter has the lowest level of God, which is Ein Sof, or mebchinas hayoysa yena shebenetzalim, and it has the highest level of the of the emanation, the creation. That's why keter is chaf, ki chaf hu mispar esrim, and esrim is yeshbay beis pa'amim eser, because esrim is 2 times 10 is 20. It has 10. What's 10? 2 times 10. 1 is b'chinas tachtena shebematzel. Shenimshach ali is b'chinas kesen l'tzam shekivin shenimshach ali is neshama. L'shesh hakim me'atl yesh b'chinas eser sfiras hagnuzos. That's called the 10 sfiros that are gnuzot, because it's an extension of Ein Sof. V'abeis, the second 10 is eser sfiras sheresh hanetzalim, which is the 10 spheres, which is in Chachma Bina Das that we are, Sha'arecham Sheresh Netzalim, which has the beginning of Netzel and the bottom of Kol Shneim, both together is called Keter, which is the Chaf. Clear? So that's why when you say L'chi L'cha, Lach, go to you, ends with a Chaf. What is the Chaf? Is Esrim. Go to your source. What's your source? Keter. Why is Keter Esrim? Because Keter is the mutza between the Atzmus and Sof and the world. So it has the 10 Sfirot Hagnuzot, which is the beginning of the end of Ein Sof, and then it has the 10 Sfiros HaNetzalim. So it has both. It has the 10 Sfiros how it's originated from God, and then it has the 10 Sfiros how it's connected to the creation. So he has 2 times 10, so it's 20. So that's Keter. So when I say L'chi Lach, means go to you. What's you? The Chaf, which is the 20, which is Keter. Go to your source. How? Tefillah and Shema.
So he's talking to the neshama.
Exactly.
It's lechi lach. It's the neshama, not
So the source of the neshama is in the keter.
Exactly. Why? Because that's machshava. Machshava, God's machshava.
Only the keter.
Exactly. Why? Because the machshava of God started from Keter.
the neshama doesn't come from God himself.
Everything is God.
No.
It's before.
I'm talking about the neshama.
No, I hear what he's asking. He's asking, does the neshama come from the Atzmus or Ein Sof or from the Keter? Right now, the way he's talking now, it comes from the Keter. How Atzmus puts himself in Keter already. Not Atzmus Atzmut. That's why even though you say a Jew has a piece of Hashem in him, you still don't like pray and say to the Jew, "You're my God." You know, he's still a nivra. He's still a. It just means we have how Hashem took a piece of His atzmut and put it into the keter, which is the ratzon, and that's where our neshama is from that level of godliness, how it's the source before creation.
Okay.
It makes sense? Elakai sheneshama shenasatabi tahorahi. It becomes from this. Okay, so now another thing with a kaf, he says kaf is like kaf. Kaf yad. Here.
Okay.
You ever see a kaf yad like this? Like a kofef oisei v'nasa k'meicholo b'emtzai. V'hayad makefef v'sevez d'versasecha, like it says by Moshe, v'yihi lamata b'chapai, u'v'oide b'chapai yilo'ena, k'moshe nikar chaf, because it's mechape kol seder hishtalshalos. In other words, when you hold your hand like this, it surrounds the cup, right? Because it's like, it's surrounding the cup. So keter is like a cuff because it surrounds the whole creation. It's like the makif of the whole creation. So it's like imagine like this. So like keter surrounds the whole atzilut bria yitzias here. It's like the encompassing light that surrounds that. So it's like a cuff. It's interesting by Kiddush, according to Kabbalah, you're supposed to hold it like this. Some people hold it like this. You ever see people hold the cup of wine like this? Yes. Kabbalah, you're supposed to hold like this. So one of the reasons is because it's a kli kibul, because you're supposed to create it like a vessel to receive the light of Hashem, which is the wine, the kiddush. Another reason is because on Friday night, the whole idea of Friday night is vayichulu hashamayim v'haaretz. The whole idea of Friday night is when all the world goes back to its source. Vayichulu we learned is like kiloyon, like kala, kilot hanefesh. So 6 days a week you're working in the world, and finally when it comes Friday, it goes back to its source. So now when it goes back to its source, it goes back to its original source, keter, which that source is makif. It's called Seder Ishtal Shalosh, so it's like a kaf. Interesting. The kaf yad, like this. Anyways, I just want to say, interesting thing. In Zot HaBracha, when Moshe gives the bracha, he says, Umetachat zroot olam. You remember that word or no? Mm-hmm. We read it on Simchas Torah. It's the end of the brachot that Hashem... What does it mean, zroot metachat olam? What does it mean, there's arms of Hashem? Zroot is a zroa. Like the arms of Hashem is under the world. What does it mean? Hashem's arms is tacha. Is what holding the world?
Yeah.
Okay, so he says Elohim. Shub chines sevav kalalman. Zroya v'yade akfufa, like you said. Makefes al-komodan kesek keteres kitu lesakav. Zoya Sela means just like when you take two of your arms and you hug something around, means you. So keter is God's zroa that surrounds the whole entire world. So metachat zrot olam means Hashem's arms surrounds the whole seder hishtalshalut. He surrounds the whole, encompasses the whole world. So the blessing that Moshe gave the Jews comes from the highest source, which is from zrot olam, from God's kam. So in Yud, what's the Yud? Because when you write the word lechi, lach, lechi is chaf yud. Lach is just chaf. So the Yud is Chacham Da'atzilus, Reishi Hagilut, Kumi Lechi, Hainasha'im, Elochinis Nesmachasa, Kumi Lach, L'Shosha Artzmi, L'Chav Shar Shechisol Machshava. So in other words, it's like saying to someone like this, go to your source, which is Machshava Akduma Keser, and then Lechi Lach, go and bring this source down to this world. How? Torah and mitzvot. So through davening and tefillah, I go up to my source, and through Torah and mitzvahs, I bring it back down. So that's my whole davening. Eretz comes from the word ratzon. I'm going up, 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 up. And then when I learn Torah and do mitzvahs, I'm coming down back here. And every day I go up again, and I come back. And that's how the whole thing is. He says in the Sagrayim,
but basically you start the day in mitzvot, not in... davening.
What do you mean? Like tefillin and
First
talit?
thing you wake up in the day, you wash your hand. It's the first mitzvah. Before you daven, before you do everything.
So I'll tell you an interesting thing. It's
Modani.
all what we do.
Modani.
Okay, but all of that, modani, washing your hands, mikveh, tzedakah, talit, tefillin is for one purpose, is to help us daven.
Oh,
All what we do in the morning, everything that you just said, washing hands, brachot, tzedakah, learning, whatever you do in the morning, it's called hachana letfilah. The reason we wear talit, the reason we wear tefillin, besides that there's a mitzvah, but that helps us go up. It's like you want the elevator to go up, you need a motor. If you're not going to have the motor, it's not going to go up. Even though you have a nice elevator and it's everything is beautiful, but if the motor is not on, so all the things we do in the morning is all to help us go up. That's why in Chabad, we go, if you go to the mikveh, we go before we daven. There's some people that go to the mikveh even after davening. They want to go to the mikveh once a day or once a week, whatever, they just go. By Chabad, we look at the mikveh as part of the helping us, lechilach, to help us to get to our source. So I go to the mikveh.
Some go to the mikveh instead of davening.
Some people stay in the mikveh, you know. The Rebbe once said, interesting about the flood, Noach's flood, he says, for a whole year, the whole world was underwater. So he says, some people, they go in the mikveh, and in the mikveh you become pure. And they want to stay there. They want to be pure. They want to stay in the water. They're pure. Who wants to leave the purity? Hashem tells Noach, "Tzei min hateva, ata, ishtecha." Get out. You got to go to the world and bring God into the world. You can't stay in your pure state. So the whole idea of davening and all the preparation is to help us l'chilach, to help us get that when we daven, we're going to get to our source. So we need that hachana l'tfilah. But then once you get to the source, then goes we call Torah and mitzvot that we do after davening. As it says in the Gemara, mi bet hakneset le bet hamedrash. From davening, you go to the learning, and then to business. Because business is a continuation. You're bringing the Ein Sof in your work. It's not like business is something extra. You reach your source by davening. Now you're going to learn a little Torah after davening, and then you're going to go to work to continue bringing the Ein Sof of Kesed into your business. So you're going to work like a Jew, and you're going to do business honestly, and give 20%, not 10%, keter. Yeah, what's your question?
No question. It was about davening without learning Torah is you're missing something in the whole system.
Yeah, it's interesting. Someone once told me that the Rebbe once told a businessman that during the weekday, not on Shabbat, before he davens, to learn 15 minutes Torah. Only 15 minutes. Whatever he wants to learn, Chumash, whatever it is, just learn 15 minutes. He says, why? When you learn Torah, your mind is connected with God, because Torah is Hashem. Then your whole mind is focused, so when you do the tefillah, you're going to now be able to connect to the words. I tell you an interesting story. Today was Wednesday. Yesterday, Tuesday, was like late afternoon, and I felt I was missing, because I usually try to do a few tefillin a day. And I was missing one. So I said, I'm going to go to someone's house, an older guy's house that I met in the hospital a few months ago. I come in, I knock on the door. The guy opens, who is this? He says, I want to pray. Come in. His wife is there. I put on tefillin, and he starts to cry and cry, mamish like a little kid. He was the big doctor in Inglewood, like a cry. The wife is sitting there, and the wife says to me, I want you to know something. When you visited him in the hospital like 4 months ago, and you put on tefillin with him, it like changed his whole life. Because it brought him back 80 years before when he was a little child. He remembered his father. And since then, he just can't get over it. And every time he puts on tefillin, he's crying. So I said, so maybe we should buy him a pair of tefillin. And the only thing is, he has to do it every day. So the wife says to the husband, says, you know what? That's a good idea. What do you say, husband? The husband says, what do you say? Anyways, they gave me the credit card, $1,000 tefillin. I ordered it yesterday, hopefully to get it this week. And he wants to do it. So I said to myself, you see, here's a Jew put on once tefillin in the hospital. It connected him to Ein Sof, and he changed his whole life. That his wife can't get over every time. It's like, the truth is we all have that. But when maybe it's not so murgash. You know what murgash is? We don't feel it.
It's like hide.
It's like so that's the hachana to tefillah to help us feel it. So, you say, why is what's the big thing of a tzaddik? When you say the Rebbe was a tzaddik, what's that the Rebbe had Ruach HaKodesh? That's a big thing of a tzaddik? No. That the Rebbe knows the future? No, that's not a big thing. The big thing of a tzaddik is that when they do a mitzvah, you see their energy when they do the mitzvah is like their whole neshama is in it. So when the Rebbe used to shake the lulav, his whole estzem, his neshama, nefesh, ruach, neshama, chai, was all in that lulav. That brought the greatness of a tzaddik. The way they did a mitzvah, when the Rebbe learned Torah, he was so into the learning like there was nothing else existed. Because kumi lach, by davening in the lach, the Alter Rebbe, the author of Chassidus Chabad, the Tanya. Mm-hmm. You know that when he davened, they had on the walls, they had to put cushions on the walls. Why? He davened, he didn't know where he was. And he used to bang everything, and he used to stop bleeding. So they put cushions all over the wall. He used to, kumi lach, he went into atzmos. So of course we're not going to reach on such a level, but in a little level, we reach that lach. And the idea is that once we reach our source, now let's bring that down through Torah, mitzvot, and work. That's davening.
And 20%.
Why? What?
We can't reach to this.
No, to feel it.
No, everybody can be
100%. But to feel it. Okay. Cheveh, we're going to stop here. Shkoyach.
Thank you very much.
David, where's David?
No, he's here in his spirit.
Okay, so